turn off the shitty ballet and hang out with us. We are Blenderstyle, and we're talking about Bleached. Don't you think you've had enough? Released in 2019. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
So this was my number 2 favorite album of 2019, and I've been jamming this shit ever since it came out. I could come back to it a lot. And I was at Nathan's house and saw that he had a Bleached record, and I wanted to bring it to you guys and see what you thought. Nathan, you've
Ride your heart.
you like Bleached, right? You have one of their records. Did you get into this one?
I have 2. So the first one I got was Carter, which was a single. I think it was, Carter. Yeah, it was a single. It had 2 songs on it. And I bought it at the local record store down here because of the cover. It was a 7-inch, and it's a man and woman naked. Like, it's a cool photo. And so I bought it, and I listened to it, and I liked it, and later found out that they were in another band that I was into before. But anyways, yeah, that's all I know about this band, actually. I tried other things after, but I wasn't that into it.
Right. So you got into this band because of a cool album cover?
Yeah.
It happens.
And then, but it just, like, it was in, like, so I wasn't hip to it.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of like what was circulating at the time. Like, people were talking about it.
So when this came out, it didn't hit your radar? You didn't check it out that much? This
one?
Yeah.
No. I think I did hear maybe, like...
it is different than the other stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely...
like, the older stuff is, like, more punk rock, for sure. And this is more... it's, like, garage rock?
I would say it's just, like, pop.
Pop punk?
Garage
like,
pop?
Yeah.
It is kind of, like, pop because it has like a dance feel a little bit.
It has like Go-Go's feel to me sometimes.
I could see that. And the band's the 2 sisters, Jessica and Jennifer Clavin, I think is how you say her name. And then they have some supporting members as well. And it's what I think I really liked about it is it has a very like unique California sound to it.
It does, for sure.
I mean, they're talking about Los Angeles in like numerous tracks on this, so it's obvious that it's like got a but it does sound like where it's from. Like they talk about the hills of LA, and it does have that kind of like vibe of like driving down.
Yeah,
you know.
It also feels very self-aware.
What do you mean by that?
Like almost. So a lot of bands put a lot of like. Metaphor in their lyrics and stuff. This is very straightforward. Not hard to understand, like vocally.
Maybe that's why I like it.
But lyrically, like it means exactly what it says. And I think he sent me that interview where they talked about this is their first time recording something sober. And I'd never heard of Bleach before this, so I don't know what their previous stuff was. But if that's the case, then they should probably record sober more often.
Yeah, you like this.
Yeah, this was pretty good. I was amazed by it.
What were some of the standout tracks for you?
Pretty much every track on this album
really
was killer. Like when the Heartbeat Away, that first song kicked off, I was like, okay.
Good way to start the album.
Hard to Kill. The stupid whistling part gets stuck in your head.
That's a banger.
That's like my least favorite.
Really?
I know you love that one.
So I will say this: the end of that song where it gets kind of the breakdown part, the "Come and Catch Me If You Can" part. I don't like that part of the song.
Oh.
All
Somebody
the way up to
Dial
that point,
911 is a banger.
I love that song.
That's a good song.
I love all the little accents that like they do with the drums and the bass.
Drummers killing it.
Like on Hard to Kill when they say that part about the ringing bells don't make a sound, and then the drummer kicks that little bell on the back or whatever, and you're like, dude, seriously, so cool. The little tom rolls and stuff that they throw in.
It's real tasty, yeah.
The kind of bongo-y sound thing going on. It's like, dude, there's all these little nuances on it that make every single song catchy, but also every single time I listened to this, I found something different in every song, which was cool.
I think the guitar playing stands out to me a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I'm like focused on the drums when I listen to this, and it's just got the good vibe. But like kind of the guitar playing's kind of...
I love the guitar tone on it.
Yeah.
it's not overly heavy or anything, but it's just super like, it's super crisp and like it's very well done. I really like it.
Like you can imagine them just like playing in the living room in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
like,
sounding pretty.
this would go just as good in a small venue as it would in like an arena.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. I love that the lyrics, kind of like how you touched on, pretty much just touch upon general life or life in general, and just like the normal everyday stuff without all these extra metaphors and stuff. I don't like how some of the poppy parts get a little too poppy at times. But
Is that
that's just
your
like a
beef?
minor gripe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, it's
It
hard
gets
to
a
pick
little
those out.
too like too pop to where it's a little too much for me at times. But I still love that it's like it's played by a band. It's, you know what I mean? It's, I don't know.
Right. Even though it's pop, you can tell it's not overly produced at all.
No. I mean, but
it sounds
that's
good.
kind of what my little beef with it, just because of my prior like listening to like the earlier or whatever, is just that now that they're kind of going a little bit more that poppier, they're kind of losing like the
edge.
difference in them. Like that's what made them different, you know, that they were already kind of making these poppy songs that were kind of, you know what I mean? But I love that they're doing it. I think this is cool. I'd like to also hear the next album.
Yeah.
And if this is them sober, you should probably do it sober too.
Yeah, I'd like to hear. So I tried to, when I was flying back, I was trying to listen to some of the stuff, but I didn't have service. I should have downloaded it ahead of time because I want to hear what their older stuff was. But I need to explore that because from what you guys are saying, it's
good.
it's quite different.
It's not super different.
Well, I could see them going this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also read some interviews that like a lot of their older stuff was like super like muddy and
yeah, they purposely made this cleaner.
It also
sound.
had a guitar tone to it too. You know what I mean? You know?
And I think that's what interests me because which one? Not Jessica. Who's the guitar player?
Jennifer, I don't remember which one's which.
Was talking in that interview
right?
you sent where she used to run like through like 10, 15 pedals at a time just to get that really
right, dude.
muddy sound and that.
Well, and that's what I dig about it. It's like you can almost see her just like sitting there just playing through like a one amp and just trying to get like the right tone and stuff like that.
Well, it kind of reminds
Definitely,
you.
I could see them jamming in a room, just
like she's like a gearhead.
Kind of reminds you when you're a kid and you have that friend who plays guitar and he's got like 9 or 10 pedals and you're all just drinking and he's just sitting there
He's
playing
just
with
messing
it.
with-
like,
yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck's going on?
It's just like, yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, I instantly was like, this is a great album. I was really surprised by it.
What do you give it for a rating?
I give it a 4.4 out of 5.
Nice.
I really like this album. I'd never heard Bleached before. Like I said, total fan now. Love the mix, love the guitar tone, the lyrics, the straightforwardness of it. I really think the songs on the album are put together in a decent order to where
I like
it
the track
doesn't
order.
drag. There's, a slower song here and there or whatever. I think the song that I had the hardest time with was Ballet to LA because it kind of has kind of like a country vibe.
It does
a little bit, and it took me a while to get used to it, but then it became like one of my favorite songs.
Operation Ivy was our drug of choice.
Yeah.
Great line.
Yeah.
Very, like easy to understand lyrics.
It's
I'm
like,
yep, I get
okay,
it.
cool,
You guys
got
are
it.
listening to Operation Ivy?
Yeah. So
I like ska or whatever.
Yeah. So it was like, it really kind of hit because we grew up in California or whatever, and it kind of touched on a lot of the stuff that we did as kids already anyway, which made it kind of like funny because it was like, oh, cool, I'm vicariously living my childhood again listening to this album. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, 4.4. Nathan, what do you think?
Well, I don't hear my childhood in this album at all, but I would definitely say, I don't want to say that. There's 3 tracks on this that I'll go back to, and that's Somebody Dial 911, Awkward Phase, and Shitty Ballet. I think it's like they ended that album.
Yeah, that was really good.
They ended it just.
You don't like Kiss You Goodbye?
It's all right. I
are
don't
your
see
3.
myself like really like, I don't know, So I give it a 3.9 though. I think
that's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So 3 tracks. You'll listen to the new shit when it comes out.
Yeah. You know, I'll always
been a
check
while.
it out, man. I'll always check something out, and maybe they'll have a whole. I don't know. Maybe they're figuring it out.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what the band is up to. Those videos I sent you were, I think, for like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
They're like doing radio stuff. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything new, and they don't have anything listed as in production or anything right now. So
Well, it's 2019 that it came out, so there was also just dumb shit going on around at that time. So maybe it just kind of whatever, you know.
that killed a lot of things.
So, but good pick. I would say it's definitely
Bummer.
a change up in our rotation, you know, kind of thing.
We like to blend it up here on Blenderstyle. I give it a 4.6 out of 5. I love this album, dudes.
yeah,
That's awesome.
It's a jammer. I like putting it on. I can put it on with mixed company, which is always a plus.
yeah, that is good.
You know, because sometimes, you know, the girls don't want to listen to like Deicide Once Upon the Cross. I'm like, no, listen to Glenn Benton's vocals. You know what I mean? You put on Bleached, everyone's having a good time. It sounds like LA. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Should check it out. That was Bleached. Don't you think you've had enough? We are Blenderstyle. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what else we should review. Thanks, guys.